Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to KGX to the Z TV. Make sure you guys hit those likes, hit that subscribe, turn those notifications on. But yeah, boring one today. 0-0. Bournemouth 0. Chelsea nil. Just disappointing, right? Holiday period coming up. Fixtures coming quick and fast. Death, taxes, and Chelsea doing poorly in December. You can count on those three. Because that's what it was today. Just another lackluster performance. Tale of two halves. First half, absolutely atrocious, absolutely atrocious. But before we get into it, let's just go over the lineups real quick. Sanchez in goal, Gusto right back, Tosin, not Tosin, Trev and Fafana center at the center backs, Cucurella left back, Enzo, Reese in the midfield with Palmer ahead of him. Right side was Neto. Up top was Delap. Left side was Garnacho. But unfortunately, I don't know what it was, but they did not get the memo today because that first half was absolutely atrocious. Not a shot on target. Um, Maybe one or two shots just in general, just snapping at things, and Bournemouth just having their way with us in terms of shots, in terms of patterns of play, possession, 50-50s, wanting it more. Um, yeah, just poor, just poor once again in the first half. Um, should have been down at least a goal. Bournemouth deserved a goal. Um, Semenyo had a lovely chance where he beat Gusto to the touchline, shot it with his left foot. Sanchez got a nice palm on it, but parried it sort of into the path of Evan Nielsen. Trev is asleep at the back post. Luckily, he gets just enough when he wakes up to put Evan Nielsen off. Evan Nielsen skies it over the bar. Another couple opportunities. I think they hit the bar one time in the first half as well. But just poor, and it starts with just some of the experienced players again, right? I know he's not an old player, but Enzo Fernandez has a lot of experience under his belt. World Cup winner. He's been at Chelsea for pretty much almost 3 years, coming up on 3 years now. Um, and he looks absolutely knackered. He looks he looks like he can't run. He looks like he's playing through pain. He looks like a shell of the player that we got in terms of physically that we got when we first got here. And there needs to be serious questions asked about whether or not he is up to it week in, week out in the Premier League, right? We've seen him rise it in big games. We've seen him put in just, gutty performances and things like that. But I'm sorry that when you pay 100 million for a midfielder, you need more than the odd game here and there and things like that. You need an all-action midfielder, someone that can control the tempo, dictate play, someone that gets you goals and assists, someone that does what Caicedo does. And I'm not saying you have to do all of those things, but you need to do one of those particular attributes or one of those facets at a very high level. And Enzo can't do it. He can't do it. He's too slow. He's too unathletic. He can't build up out of the back because he can't beat a defender with a turn, drop of a shoulder, dribbling by him, and things like that. So if you press him, he's just going to give the ball right back to you, or he's going to try to play a pass around the side. And so poor in the build up third. Today he was non-existent in the middle third. We were once again disjointed from the defense into the attack, so we were not able to build up play. We were ultimately forced with our center backs to try to play the balls right into the attackers. Cole Palmer looked like Cole Palmer, what you kind of expected from him today. Rusty, poor decision making, not influential enough. And look, I'm not going to crash it on Palmer because he's just getting back. This was his second appearance since coming back, but he's got to do better. In the opportunities that he's had, he's got to do better. And when we go to Atalanta on Tuesday in the Champions League, and I expect him to start, he has got to rise his levels, and he has got to get back to the 23, 24 Cole Palmer, because if not, we are going to struggle with this team. Caicedo should be back for that one, so hopefully we see a Caicedo Santos pivot. But less about this one and more about that one and more about this one. But wingers today, Neto was more dangerous than Garnacho. Garnacho just he is what he is, right? He's a poor dribbler. Had one shot that was just a snapshot. Had a couple crosses that he put in that were decent, but just inconsistent wing play. Sometimes he takes the extra touch when he's going down the byline, and he's not cutting the ball back into a dangerous position because he takes that extra touch and he allows the defenders to get back into position. Neto head down, chickenless running again today. Had a couple opportunities, and he's going to work hard and things like that, but just not good enough. But that guy up top today, and I know he went off with an injury to his shoulder and probably going to be out for a little bit of time, and that's not exactly what he needs. But my God, Liam Delap, Liam Delap, he looks like he's more interested in wrestling folks. He looks like Rasmus Hoyland last year. All those United fans that were getting on the Hoyland because he wants to wrestle 1v1 instead of taking his man down the channels or holding up play and linking play. That's what Liam Delap is about. And once again, we saw the petulance today. We saw the hands in the face. We saw him kicking out on a Bournemouth defender as the ball was going out and things like that. So just teetering that line of just getting sent off, picking up useless yellow cards. But he goes out today, and unfortunately, Yui, who came on, and João Pedro, who came on, were just as bad. Just as bad. We've spent this offseason, we spent not this offseason, but we spent what, 5 million, 6 million on Yui. We spent 30 million on Delap, and we spent 60 million, about 60 million on João Pedro, and we still need a number 9. We haven't had a number 9 since Tammy, maybe, Giroud, and that was 5, 6 years ago, and those guys weren't good enough to lead the lines for Chelsea. I looked at today's performance and I'm like, there were some players that let us down. There were some players that played well. I thought Reece played very well. I thought the center backs were decent when it came to defending. I thought who else? Yeah, maybe that might be about it. That might be about it. Esteval came on late, didn't do a damn thing. We decided to start kicking the ball long to him and getting him to try to win headers. Second half much better though. I'll give him credit for that. Second half you know, we were asking questions. There was a nice ball to the back post that I think Cucurella put onto the bar. Um, that actually might have been in the first half, but yeah, there were shots in the second half. Like I said, we didn't have a shot on target the whole first half. Second half, we definitely upped the tempo. We dominated possession, but when when the possession is just the center backs just passing it around at the back, or the wingers running down the touchline and then pulling the ball back, it's meaningless. And look, you folks can crash it on Maresca all they want. Today there were opportunities. Today, it wasn't Maresca's fault that these players couldn't play a simple 5 yard pass. Gui, trying to link play and just can't do it. João Pedro had an excellent chance that somebody put him through on goal, and he falls over and looks over at the ref. Someone's got to step up. Someone has to step up. And we can't be. We went from being Palmer FC to all of a sudden we're Caicedo FC, and we can't win a game without Caicedo. Maresca coached a game plan today and implemented tactics well enough to walk away from that, because Bournemouth weren't great. Evan Nielsen wasn't great. Semenyo had his moments in the first half with Gusto, but he wasn't as troubling as we thought he was going to be. Clivert wasn't great. They were missing their entire midfield, so it wasn't like they were at full strength. No Tyler Adams, no number 14. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, just poor, and just shows that this squad is a top 4, top 5 squad. A lot of folks like myself said it after the window closed. 2 project wingers on the left side, a project striker up top, a backup left back. Not good enough. Not good enough. and two games that we should be winning. Right, we saw Arsenal drop points. We saw everybody else sort of cut that gap on Arsenal. Aston Villa's up to second place. They didn't win a game for the first. They didn't score a goal for the first 5 games. I don't think they won in their first 7 games or something like that. And now all of a sudden we've gotten a draw versus Arsenal that we should have won, a 3-1 humiliating defeat at Leeds, and then a 1-1 draw today. So what's that? That's 2 points out of 9. Not good enough. Not good enough. And we know reinforcements aren't going to come in January. So once again, it's going to be down to Maresca to have a master class. But somehow this squad has gotten worse. The wingers have gotten worse. Give me Nani and give me Sancho over Garnacho and Gittins on that side. It's really the really only game changer that we've added. Maybe two are João Pedro and Esteval, but one of them's an 18-year-old kid from Brazil who's just getting his feet wet in top flight European football. It's just his peak. His peak. I don't know. I don't know. We got Everton coming up at home next. Everton's flying, smashed Forest today. Very good side, very good wingers. Ndai and Jack Grealish. Very good setup. KDH is balling out of his skin. Um, David Moyes is a very, very well seasoned coach. He's going to come up with a game plan. They're probably going to pack it in a low block, and we're going to have to build out. His peak, man, his peak. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought about today. Let me know what changes you would have liked to see. Let me know what tactical tweaks and things like that. But for me, today was all about the players. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Hit that like, folks. Hit that subscribe. Turn those notifications on. We'll see you at the next one. Peace.